What's happening? Happy New Year. Do you have a New Year's resolution? So I'm going to address that. Only 8% of people in this country, the United States that is, fulfill their New Year's resolutions. Interestingly, only 8% of Americans also play a musical instrument. I don't know if there's a connection, but I'm going to try and make one anyway. So first of all, creating a habit, which is what a resolution involves, creating or breaking a habit, honestly, depending on what you're trying to do, takes 90 days. That's generally held to be the case with therapists and sociologists and all these kind of people that help you figure these things out, including in drug addiction and alcohol counseling, which I went through. They said 90 days is your first goal. So because you're rewiring the brain to some degree, whatever you're trying to do or not do. And what I would go to is a couple of things. One is try to integrate. Don't cram something into your day-to-day life, your resolution, that is. Try to integrate it. Look for little opportunities in your day to begin to integrate it into your life. And then I also look to things that have challenged me in life that I have accomplished. One is, like I just mentioned, actually sobriety. And that is sort of a day-to-day thing. But also playing music was a challenge for me, even though I grew up in a musical household. I had a hard time getting myself to practice. And I thought you have to do 8 hours a day or something like that, and you really don't. In fact, studies show if you do about 20 minutes of one particular subject in anything each day, you can break it up into these small pieces, 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, that kind of thing. And that's something I've done with students over the years to try to help them really understand the idea of getting their practice integrated into their lives. For me, another thing that challenged me too was my own health. I'm 100% convinced that the reason I have any grit and determination in my life is that from as far back as I can remember and from what my family has told me from the day I was born, I've been fighting. So as a result of chronic health issues. And so I think that sort of integrated into my life before I knew what integrate meant or even could speak. I needed to fight, I needed to persevere, and that there's going to be some discomfort in the process of becoming good at anything. For me, it was becoming good at living life like a normal person with regard to my health problems. As a musician, of course, it was about becoming great at the instruments that I play, voice and guitar. And then learning to write songs. And then after you've written a bunch of songs, learning to write more without just repeating the same patterns. There's nothing we do that doesn't at some point involve something we're not nuts about or that challenges us and causes friction. That friction is proof, however, that you are moving forward. This is a law of science. Well, science doesn't make the law. It's a law of nature. So stick with it. And I guarantee, there's no money back if I'm wrong, but I guarantee that if you write about when you feel like, I can't do this thing, quit smoking or, learn a language or whatever it is you're trying to do, I guarantee it's right after that spot where you're like, I can't do this, and you push through. It's like a couple days later, all of a sudden you're like, oh, hey, I'm doing it. Wow, I didn't even think about it. Because that's probably that point of the most resistance. You see, in order to fulfill a resolution, to create or break a habit, in other words, we are going against the hardest, greatest tensions in our life in order to make it happen. But that's the rewiring of the brain process. So I'm no neurologist, and I don't play one on TV, but I read up a lot on this stuff. And I've gotten coaching myself, around these sorts of things. And so I'm just bringing that to you with a combination of my own knowledge from reading and getting coached and from my own experience in life. Hope it helps. Again, Happy New Year. Make this one the best you've ever had. It should always just be getting better and better.